How's it going, everyone? And welcome back to another video of Limbus Company. I'm DemoonicWolf, and today we are going to be jumping into the LCB regular checkup. Now, before we get started, I want to give you all a huge thank you for all the support, the comments, the views, the likes, and the subscriptions. You guys are absolutely fucking amazing. Sorry about cussing so early, but I just gotta express myself to you. But with that, everyone, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy today's video. Let's get started. I look from beyond the glass window as the sinners battle furiously inside the large indoor area. You damned imbeciles! What's the point of everyone rushing at the same enemy that's already staggered and nearly dead? Good point. Faust had attacked that entity first. The blame lies flatly on the other's delayed decisions. I like that it almost looks like a containment unit. Apologies, yet concerned was I that to not dispose swiftly of that foe would. I think this is a great show of teamwork. I had no idea how hopeless the sinners were in battle without my command. Damn it! Why won't any of you listen to my orders? Oi! Your genius order was how the lass's head ended up dangling from 1/4 of a neck. Wait, what? Don, are you okay? It was a necessary sacrifice to gain an edge in battle. Otis, we don't need to be sacrificing our teammates. I know they can't die, but they're still dying. Worry thee not. How befitting of a hero it is to perish in a place of her compatriot. Oh my God. Don Quixote falls before the merciless onslaught of enemies. Jesus Christ, what is LCB doing? What the fuck? I had so many things I wanted to say to them, most of which were variations of, "You're doing it wrong," but I had no choice but to watch as their woefully abysmal decisions continued to bungle the fight. If I tried, this researcher next to me will get in my way, claiming that they haven't finished collecting the data. This one's reaction speed to emergencies is exceptionally fast. So, can I help them now? Will you stop pacing and compose yourself? We're almost done here. That should be more than enough data. Take control, manager. I had a lot I wanted to say, but let's help the sinners out of this bind first. Very interesting. What are they fighting? Well, no, not these fucks! Oh my God. So yes, is this just one wave? Yeah, it seems like one wave. So we're not gonna go over these guys because it would just take a long time for this video. So we're gonna go ahead and skip that and just cross our fingers and hope we just win against our identities. Oh, wait. Oh, this is a, oh, God damn it. They got all, I forget they got all that EGO. Fuck me. All right, well, we got this. We got this. All right. Sinclair! Or Don, my bad. My bad. That's not Sinclair, that's Don. That's Don. I don't know why I said that was Sinclair. Maybe because I just saw blonde hair and that's it. Oh, come on, we were favored! And we're 3 levels above them, come on! Come on! You're not eating the hemo bars anymore. Come on. We have 0 sanity. You guys got this. There we go. Roche, you got it. Come on, Otis. I believe in you. And my belief was thrown in the wrong spot. We're gonna lose some of these. Oh my god. God damn it. We're gonna die here. Even with my command, they're gonna die. Oh shit. Nice little counter. Nice. They're building up so much EGO resources. Mister! God damn it!
명령대로 하겠습니다.
Ah, fuck! Come on, Otis. You could have hit harder. Ah, and she staggered. We might be screwed. Oh my. Oh my god, Don almost lost that. Come on. Yes, the stagger. That's what we need. And she heals, so that's great. Well, we're gonna see how this goes. Probably not good. Otis! Oh my god, yeah. Alright, time to see this. Oh, that don't look good. He's clip! Man, that beat his ass up. Fast. Yes! One down.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, this one was never going to happen. I just stopped that from hitting Dawn. That's all it was. And it didn't do that much, so. See if we can take this guy out as quickly as possible. There we go. Some good damage. It's neutral, so I guess we kind of have to do it. But... Bye, Otis. Oh, damn it, Don. I thought you had that. Sinclair, good luck. Good luck, Sinclair. Ah, my boy. Yeah, we knew where that was going, though. Oh, god damn it.
먼저 간다.
Alright. Nice. Nice. Oh, you're hitting Merso? Fine. That still did hurt him quite a bit, but he's tanky. He got it. Uh-oh. Hit clip. No, hit clip. He did. Nice.
금방 다녀올게.
So I just want to say that the Pekatula Nvidia are kind of a problem, right? Because like, if these were normal enemies, I don't think we'd struggle as much. But since they are technically us with identities, they're a little harder, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. Good job, Roger. Why is he not staggered?
규정에 따라 실행합니다.
Don, you're okay. You're okay, Don. Uh-oh. That's not good.
아름답진 않네.
Nice. This is gonna hurt, but it'd be way worse if you weren't blocking.
금방 다녀올게.
Nice! That's what I wanted. Come on, Roshu! Yes!
기다려. 아직 안 끝났어.
Okay, this isn't gonna be that bad on him. Oh, he's fine, yeah. He's way fine.
출진이다.
Oh yeah, that one's screwed. Yep. Ah, Roger lost that. But she's good. Ah, Dawn!
꿈에 닿을 때까지.
I understand her sanity is probably low, but damn it! Damn it! Ah! He just corroded.
예술이 뭔지 보여주지.
Oh, I should have changed that. Oh well. Oh well. That's interesting. Oh shit! Nice. God damn, that did a lot of damage. Yeah, we've... Motherfucker, you were staggered. Yeah.
좋아, 간다.
Wait. I thought I just saw your stagger threshold.
받아들일 순 없었어.
Are you staggered? I think he is, it just doesn't... Okay, there it goes. Yeah, fuck
내가
you!
찾은 나만의 항해 방식.
Those guys suck. I hate those guys. That went well. As expected of our executive manager, the exceptional development of your strategic genius reminds me of the earlier years of my career. Uh-huh. Thanks. Whew. Got anything to snack on, guys? I'm starving here after that brawl. You will maintain an empty stomach for the duration of the tests. Next on the docket is... I would have asked Merceau for a massage if I knew this was coming. Whose idea was this anyway? Well, if you really want to get into it, we can trace this right back to your vacation request, Gregor. Not that this wouldn't have happened without that, but yeah. Oh, come on, fellas. There's gotta be more to it than that. He's like, come on, guys, it can't be my fault I asked for a vacation. Is this Gregor's fault? Sure there was. Not that it would have made any difference. Because like Ishmael said, this all began with Gregor's particularly egregious stretching. Ah. So it probably is his fault. Oh! Oh! What the fuck was... They breaking their bones? Please tell me they're not breaking bones. Wow, that sound just now... I didn't know the human body could make a sound like that. Was that... Was that Gregor? Holy shit, it just sounded like someone snapped an arm or a leg or fucking... Jesus. Oh, I was just doing some stretches. Can't seem to do them without making these noises nowadays. How old are you, Gregor? Jesus. Huh? What do you mean you can't? That right there's the creaking sound of time's ravages, Sink. Oof. I know Dante's been turning the clock to rewind our time, but I feel like my joints are starting to grate. Oh. I know what you mean. I definitely don't feel as spry as I used to. Maybe the pain from repeatedly dying and reviving takes a toll after all. I would think so. Yeah, dying sure is a pain. That's when Hong Lu flippantly threw out an innocent comment amidst the complaining sinners. Speaking of which, isn't it funny how Don Quixote is totally fine even though she's hundreds of years old? She's gotta be the oldest of us by a lot, right? Yes, Hong Lu, that is kinda why in the Walpurgis night, the fifth Walpurgis night, she was calling us no longer Lady Otis or Lady Faust, it was Young Faust and Young Otis because she is the elder now. He's just kind of like, I don't think you want to say that out loud. Yep. Here's the thing. Hong Lu, let me give you a little tip. Probably shouldn't call a woman old. I think, yep. Hong Lu's unprompted catapulting of such a heavy subject brought the busy air inside the bus to a sudden, stifling halt. I thought we were gonna take some time to actually broach that subject, but you just bulldozed through the whole mess, huh? I must have made things awkward. I didn't realize everyone was so sensitive about their age. It's women's age. You gotta be careful about Hong Lu. That's, 'tis not to concern thyself with, be not so. Of course, there was also someone who could not care less about the bus's air quality. Yep, Heathcliff. Oi, Scoot! That's my designated seat you're planting your arse in. I'll whack ya! Who's he talking to? Is it Don? On the other hand, here's this guy without a care in the world. Almost makes me wonder if he even remembers what just happened. Well, maybe this is your chance to get back at him for treating you harshly, Don Quixote. I'm sure you can... Sink. I've never seen your eyes sparkle like that before. I am quite fond of the current temperament of our company, unless young Heathcliff here suddenly morphs into a villainous scoundrel. I have nary a wish to enact violence upon him, and... Right, now that that's over with, let's all shut up and keep our chin wagged to a minimum, yeah? Seems plenty villainously dickish to me. Anyways, am I the only one who's thinking that it's about time we got the thing? Gregor! Gregor, can you not word it that way, buddy? It's just this about time we got the thing. But this insinuates something else. The thing? Well, you know, the thing that we tried a while ago but didn't get to enjoy due to some unforeseen issues. Deathmatch. I love that. Like, only these individuals would be able to say that to each other, because understanding killing each other, it has a consequence to it, and we don't quite know the full consequences of the death revive aspect at this second. At least I would think. At least I don't. You guys might. But they could technically have a 6-on-6 death match just for fun. But that would hurt Dante. And Dante's not down for that. Not that. Don't you remember? We even played volleyball by that big body of water. Contextual clues suggest that he is making a request for a vacation. Yep, absolutely yep. Let's all go to a spa or something. Relax, get massages to loosen up our muscles some, please. You still have expectations from our employers? Aha! I recall that young Merso had given thee quite the exquisite massage, hath he not? I have an astute knowledge of the major muscle groups and nerve structure of the human body. For many weeks following that massage, my body was deprived of any sensory stimulation. Thus understood it was the philosophy of Merso's physical therapy that the most infallible methodology of convalescence from pain is to remove any and all stimulation, including that of pain. It seems that the time is here. Gregor, I kind of think it is your fault. Virgilius. Yes, I knew that this day would eventually come. The day's here. Oh God. Why is everyone acting so serious all of a sudden? Rodion's observation is correct. While turning the clock does indeed turn the time, a certain degree of exacerbating fatigue cannot be alleviated. This necessitates that we employ a certain measure to verify the status of each sinner. What? What could it possibly be that it needs this much build-up? In other words, it is time for Limbus Company's... Oh God! Dramatic gulping noise. God damn it. Regular checkup. Regular checkup? We did get a call from the higher-ups a while ago, requesting we send the sinners in for a regular checkup. But it was repeatedly delayed due to several limiting circumstances on our end. They've been obnoxiously hounding us for quite some time. I was starting to get tired of explaining our absence. Hey, he's not too happy! Checkup? What checkup? Don't be so on edge, Heathcliff. Such proceedings are regular occurrences at most companies. I've never personally experienced it myself, but sounds like they're just checking to see how we're doing health-wise. I turned around, getting ready to say, right, Ishmael? Oh! She knows. She knows that we're fucked. That face. Only to come face to face with Ishmael's shocked expression, frozen onto her face. Well, this is unexpected. I thought Ishmael, with her worldly experiences, would leap onto this opportunity to lecture us all about how things work outside Limbus Company. Regular checkups are... Oh, you're gearing up to explain what it is? Coolio. You got 30 seconds to wrap it up. Ready, set, go. No. Not the regular checkups. Miss Ishmael's expression seems to suggest otherwise, Miss Raja. I did hear that some fixer offices or associations employ varying methodologies when it comes to regular checkups, depending on their characteristics. Locked up? until there's only one left standing. Locked. Blood of my colleagues, the only key to escape. Oh my god! Oh my god! What are these other companies doing? Oh! She has some fucking PTSD! That's PTSD in a nutshell right there! She had to kill all her colleagues in one of the offices she worked for. Oh, that's just terrible. Oh shit, I wonder what office that was. What kind of checkup did she have to go through? Ishmael wasn't the only one responding with a pale-faced abject horror at the suggestion. Is it Otis? Oh, do you even know what kind of regular checkup you're getting into? I'm asking if you're prepared to go through the regular checkup no matter what happens in the process. Are you prepared to endure through everything that... What's wrong with this bloke now? Mate's looking all pale. I don't understand why everyone's making such a big deal out of this. I don't think it's that bad. I think we used to have annual health checkups back in school too. Sinclair, my boy, I don't think this is what you think it is. What kind of checkups? They'd put us all in the same room, measuring heights, weight, running some basic fitness tests. Prithee, wherefore do they seek the measures of such characteristics? Must you really ask? A full knowledge and analysis of each soldier's status is indispensable intelligence for officers to have on hand. What soldiers? I was talking about my school. Right, so that doesn't explain shite about why you need to know that, does it? Why'd they find it necessary to spray people with those stinking chemicals just to see if someone's got lice in their clothes? Fuck, I didn't know Heathcliff went to fucking school. Well, actually, no, that would make sense because Kathy's father would probably want him to have some sort of intelligence, not just leave him in the house. He must have gone through his share of rough checkups too as a kid, I guess. You all keep asking questions with the most obvious answers. In fact, I've been wondering when they'd test us. Otis confidently marched up to the front of the other sinners with an exertive grin, as though she'd been waiting for this very moment. Oh God, Otis was just ready for it. The true purpose of this checkup must be to elect a true authority amongst us. A true authority? But by your parlance, true authority, could it be that you are questioning whom among us is our leader? But I'm standing right here? I humbly request that you avoid plaguing yourself with any unnecessary misunderstandings about my suggestion, Executive Manager. Of course, I must preface this with the declaration that there cannot be an iota of doubt toward Executive Manager Dante's authority. Okay. But was this not always the topic of great contention among us? That which of us is most fit to command this squad of sinners? Isn't it Ishmael or maybe Faust? That's what I thought too. Is everyone like ignoring Otis? She does jump to conclusions, but she is from the military, so yeah. But same with Gregor, he was a hero on the warfield. This lack of cohesion is precisely why we always fail to face our enemies as a team. Always scrambling, always underprepared, always taken by surprise. You must always be ready to drop to the ground and give 500 push-ups whenever your superior commands you to do so. Always maintain the willingness to sacrifice your well-being and life for the sake of the glorious victory of your allies. It's all missing. Where is your readiness for self-sacrifice? Jesus. I don't think that's what we're going for. Like, obviously self-sacrifice on like protecting Dante, but Ishmael has shown that. No one's arguing with you, Otis. Who are you even talking to? Aha! So, to summarize, the regular checkups entails putting us all in a small room and making us fight to the last sinner standing? Oh god, this is what Ishmael had to do. Silence fell upon us at Hong Lu's succinct summary. Battle Royale. Fucking everyone here is just like, that's not a great idea, but fucking Roshu here is like, I'm ready for some fucking PUBG, bitches. Where we dropping? I've been looking forward to this. Fuck it. I'll give you lot one hell of a fight. My fists used to be bloody infamous in the back streets. Fine. So that's how we're doing this, huh? I'm ready to roll. She just is like, yeah, I've done this before, but this time I know you guys are coming back. Guys, this isn't... Okay, so where are we off to? The battle royale, excuse me. The regular checkup takes place at... Even she was gonna call it a royale. Put a PUBG helmet on Foss too. The center seemed to be under some serious misunderstanding about what the regular checkup entails, but Faust had obviously long given up on correcting them. That's great. The headquarters. The headquarters you speak of must be the headquarters of Limbus Company. Yes. Oh, we're finally going to visit the headquarters, huh? A whole year after they hired us? We should be right on time upon immediate departure. This instance, thou sayest? Yet mine heart is faint prepared. Prithee, allow us some time to prepare our travel provisions. Where's the HQ anyway? Hopefully it's not too far from here. That is a secret. However, I would like to inform you that it exists in a location inaccessible via Mephistopheles. Oh, come on. How are we supposed to get there if you're not going to tell us where it is? Inaccessible via Mephistopheles? You're not about to suggest that we board the warp trains again, are you? Fie! I shan't ever board the warp trains again. Indeed, we will not be boarding a warp train for this journey. So are we taking the back doors or something? Yeah, good point. Let's take them doors instead. A sound suggestion. However, in lieu of sufficient information regarding each door, the destination may hold an element of randomness. Or, due to the variable nature of its activation period, the resultant destination may not reflect our intended end coordinates. Or, an unexpected closure mid-passage through the frame may behove us to bid the company our last farewells and embark on an untimely journey of no return. Are you sure this is a sound suggestion? Then I'd rather take that bloody train instead. At least we won't remember what happened once it's over and done with. Battle Royale. She's stuck on it. Throw a helmet on her! So, further research was necessary to ensure safe transportation to the intended destinations. Further research? Are you implying that you made modifications to the back door? A close assessment, however, it would be more accurate to say that the back door was merely used as a reference. How did you even make time for research? Weren't you doing everything with us the whole time? LCA and FOST established multiple communications with a certain new wing aspirant company during the spare hours between our travels to garner multiple corporation efforts regarding the stabilization of the back door. I believe I read a comment a long time ago that talked about this. A new wing? Are they looking to take over L Corp's vacancy or something? Quite sharp, Gregor, but the direction of your intuition could be improved. It is a company seeking to seize the imminent vacancy of the ever-declining W Corp. W Corp's getting fucked? What? I guess that makes sense, right? Because they're losing control over everything. First, it was probably a whole bunch of other things before the library, but when the library happened, they lost some top-notch people. W Corp. Is that so? Yeah, that makes sense. Stories of W Corp's decline have been spreading more and more as of late. And I'm not surprised that some companies would consider this to be an opportunity. Newspapers also feature OP ads regarding a possible management crisis at W Corp, with many of them discussing the mysterious disappearances as well. Like I was saying! That probably started off everything then, with the library. I see. So they've been furtively planning and preparing to take over W Corp's position as a wing. But to supplant a wing even before it falls on its own? Now that's certainly particular. They must have something, a scheme perhaps, in the works. And to ally such ambitious parties is the headquarters looking to start a war of the wings? I, at this moment, am not privy to such details. Miss Otis, we needn't make predictions in such rashness. Recall that W Corp has been mired in troubles both internal and external, having fallen to such desperations as to seek the assistance of our company. It is no wild presumption to predict that it shall crumble ere the advent of such violent pandemonium. For indeed, inefficiency is the bane of technology that brings ruination to those that fail to overcome it. Our research efforts, however, were quite efficient and successful. Its mechanisms are similar to that of the back door, but it eliminates the corridor, instead establishing a direct connection from one door to another, a portal, if you will. Oh. So you resolved all the aforementioned side effects then? Not quite. Similar difficulties to the aforementioned cases were observed. Sometimes the accuracy of the target destination coordinates were lacking, or in other cases the activation period would be cut short, causing the door to shut prematurely and amputate the subject as they were transversing between doors. There has been much progress in the stabilization efforts. However, minimizing pentasection incidents, most recent incidents have been limited to bisections. Bisection certainly is an improvement over pentasection. They both sound equally awful to me. Oh, I would not behold mine own left and right shoes so cruelly sundered, forced to be so far apart upon our coming to the headquarters. Well. All this idle chatter of unnecessary concerns tells me that your bus life must have been too uneventful lately. Oh God. Looks like the research arrived while you were wasting time. I saw a large and unfamiliar vehicle through the window. Is that the vehicle? It's got no windows, though. How tiresome. Now off the bus. Ah, so that's how it went down. They're pretty much getting blindfolded. Very much like Demon Slayer when they go to the village of swordsmiths. Once we disembarked the bus, we made our way into this unfamiliar vehicle of sorts. Its interior was mostly metallic, filled to the brim with convoluted-looking machines. And on the opposite end of the entrance, a massive door loomed over us. This is assistance from P Corp in the process of developing this device was indispensable. Wait, that means in cohorts with young Sesra, are you? Oh, did she move back? Hoy day! Much did I aspire to regale her with the tale of the contract's glorious completion of mine heroism and bravery. 'Tis quite unfair that thee to meet her all by thy lonesome, young Faust. Your concerns will be taken into account next time. Faust seemed relieved. So she did jump back. Ah, worry thee not, for thou hast availed us the sights of Limbus Company headquarters thy tith hath been tatted for. So I do want to say this. So I think Faust was prepared to die right there, because she might have thought that Don Quixote figured out what they were doing to her father's body. Damn. That shows a lot, because she is a second fucking kindred. She'll kill all of us here. Easily. There are numerous reasons for which you were yet to be allowed into the headquarters, but as it would be a fruitless effort to explicate them all, we will not cover that subject here. Whew. Glad to hear we're not sitting through another lecture. The primary reason is, however, that there were several limitations to bringing the members of our department to the headquarters, brought upon by frequent transnest movements and irregular scheduling of our missions. Why'd you say all that if you were going to explain anyway? Wait, more importantly, what's that with collaborating with P Corp? Boy, here we go again. P Corp's singularity can be summarized by the following 4 words: expansive space warping technology. Oh, so in this vehicle, as we can see, it is quite spacious. I was thinking maybe we jumped into a big-ass trailer. But that is not the case. This is probably a smaller kind of car with so much more space on the inside. Oh, right. Didn't you say that Miss Sesra told you something about how the principle of P Corp's singularity is a lot like how La Mancha Land works? Right. La Mancha Land was much larger on the inside than it looked from the outside. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask. Don't other wings already use liberal use of different kinds of space expanding singularities? It's, how should I put this? Isn't it a bit too mundane of a city tech for P Corp to call space manipulation its unique thing? That was quite the intelligent question. Compliments? How nice. Ishmael is correct in suggesting that technology to expand a given space is a commonly employed technology by other wings as well. An example of one such invention making use of this space expansion technology, but isn't a P Corp singularity, would be Mephistopheles. Yeah, it would. It's got a fucking corridor in the back of it. The ultimate purpose of P Corp's space expansion technology is to create the safest place in the world. Yes! So, Lobotomy Corporation collaborated with a lot of different wings because enkephalin was used to power fucking electricity and shit like that. So, is it safe to say that Lobotomy Corporation may have gotten some help from P Corp at some point and adjusted technology that they used from P Corp to create the abnormality that we know as the safest place in the world, the silent room that causes problems outside of L Corp, but in turn made the inside of that place the safest place in the world. This might just be a theory, but I see that and I go, wait a minute, that's a reference, ain't it? If I'm wrong, but that's just, I get these things, right? I just say these things, and I know I'm dragging this video on longer, and I don't mean to, but that's just my input on that. A perfectly protected construct, its interior sheltered from the world outside no matter how severe its exterior is battered, to have a sound structural integrity no matter what, its interior safe from any and all harm. Therefore, the more expensive the P Corp product is, the safer its interior is from damaging outside conditions such as extreme pressure or shock. Okay, never mind. That just blew it away. My whole idea. Lobotomy Corporation paid so much money for that fucking room. God damn. Perhaps the way in which the interior is completely insulated from the outside is comparable to a full disconnect from the outside world by sheltering in a separate dimension. In conclusion, the exterior of this vehicle utilized P Corp singularity, which means that it can protect its interior from all forms of impact, not to mention that it has enough room to hold more than 13 people inside. Don't dimensional trucks or containers also transport things to other dimensions? Sync, why are you freezing up all of a sudden? There was this creepy story that used to circulate among kids back when I was in school. Here's how it goes. So a Deviant Association employee makes a delivery to a house, then looks away for a second. And a curious kid crawls into their courier truck and... I'm gonna stop the story here. Look, that story kept me up at night for a whole week, okay? I couldn't stop having nightmares about that scenario where... Hey, come on. Sometimes a story's just a story. Not necessarily. Unfortunately, the story that inspired Sinclair's week-long nightmares was most likely an accurate retelling of a true story. Several regulations were added to the Hannah and Deviant Association rules to prevent cases of people being stored in dimensional containers. From a certain perspective, it may be said that the warp technology employed by W Corp shares a degree of similitude. The parallel lies in the fact that it also transports humans to a different dimension, the difference being that they are packaged in a safer manner. Therefore, perhaps enough of a connection exists to say that they operate on the same scale. Anywho, the point is that we'll always have access to the headquarters as long as we have this vehicle thing, right? This will certainly make the logistics of communication and supply much more convenient. One question, however, how does the company plan to move this instrument, as I expect that would be much trouble on its own? Has that detail been hashed out yet? No. In order to establish a more tangible level of communication with Limbus Company headquarters, an effective means of transportation such as this vehicle will be installed in the nests across the city. We're getting permission to do that? In summary, an effective means of transportation such as this vehicle here, developed using P Corp and the aspirant W Corp's technology, will gradually be installed at various points across the city. In every nest? Of course not. The technology is still experimental. It is astronomically expensive to install and operate. Virgilius gave us a firm clarification. Activating now. Foss tinkers with various machines and contraptions within the vehicle, and the giant door from earlier began to tremble, making a loud noise. Wherefore is that gate over yonder shuddering so? Energies now linked are routing toward that gate. When the gauge displays around the glowing door filled, the door began to slowly open. Entering now. When it fully opened, Faust made her way inside like it was just another door. Well, let's follow her inside. There was a bizarre and incomprehensible noise of machines, coupled with a low droning noise. Yes, we have arrived. Welcome to the Limbus Company headquarters. This place is teeming with people dressed in all sorts of odd outfits, walking briskly between their busy schedules. I hear heavy doors opening and closing from here and there, alongside that odd sensation I've been feeling from time to time. Is the floor of the LCE department. Let me just say something, right? The way this is built, very Lobotomy Corpy, right? Kind of makes me think like, did Lobotomy Corporation and Limbus Company have a partnership with each other? That's actually a really good question, right? Because obviously Lobotomy Corporation, or not Lobotomy, obviously Limbus Company existed during the time of Lobotomy Corporation's fall, right? I would think so. Unless it surfaced after. LCE? Hopefully we'll get to proudly stride in through the HQ's front gate one day. All right, so I will say I like the tune that's going on in there, which is this one. It's a nice tune. I like it. So that's what that guy looked like. Not hiding in the shadows anymore. Interesting. Right. Are we waiting for something to happen, or are we all suddenly unfamiliar with the concept of introducing ourselves? Given that no one appears to be willing to introduce me, allow me the liberty of self-introduction. My name is Hohenheim, the chief researcher of this company. To be precise, he is the chief researcher of the LCE department. To be more precise, I am the chief researcher, responsible for the entirety of Limbus Company. To be even more precise, the only reason he retains that role is because Yi Sang and I have been excluded from the research personnel files due to our statuses as sinners. There's a nerd war going on! Nerd war! Someone must stay behind to continue the research after all. Aha! So you two are friends? Very far from it. While it seems entirely unnecessary to establish a label on this relationship, it can be said that we are acquaintances who routinely and unwillingly maintain a regular level of communication with one another. Ah, I am in agreement. For the first time since we were acquainted. I hear that our department has reached out several times to yours to remind you of this regular checkup. The nature of the LCB department necessitates that we are consistently on the move from one nest to another, which makes it rather difficult for us to give you an immediate reply. I would have expected someone like you to already be well aware of this obvious detail. Yes, I was very well aware. I am also quite aware that the fact that your department has been giving us the same reply over and over again, like an answering machine. And this must be Dante, the executive manager of the Limbus Company Sinners. I'd like to say, hi, nice to meet you, but I don't suppose you can hear what I'm saying. The manager extends their greetings. Charmed, as it is grueling and arduous work to be in the position of leadership, especially when communication issues come into play. Sometimes I cannot help but wonder if my researchers and I are even speaking the same language, so I do commiserate. How odd. Their clothes are... yes. Allow me to introduce you all to Martin and Alicia, two of the few researchers directly in my command. Are they wearing gear extracted from abnormalities? But how? Happy to have someone who recognizes them. Aren't they like gears scavenged from the former L Corp? While there are particular similarities to their gears, enough differences are present to distinguish them. Indeed, we attempted our own brand of extraction, successfully, I might add. Don't know why I had to add that. While the news of the production of EGO gear in Limbus Company's style is already received, this is the very first time they are observed in person. So, you must have abnormalities contained in this facility. So that's why I've been sensing abnormalities in here, huh? But I'm sensing distortions in Pecatula too. Indeed, as they are containment and research subjects for LCE department as well. Voss closely observed the EGO gear Hohenheim was wearing like an exceptionally harsh judge in a fashion contest. Apart from a few imperfections in the finish, the level of EGO extraction visible here is quite acceptable. Input appreciated. This is a product of thousands of repeated experiments and subsequent failures that has been meticulously conducted and studied in order to extract it with an acceptable level of stability. But at the end of the day, I did it like I always do. He's cocky. I'm glad I'm giving him a nerd voice. You did it? Are you sure you want to take all the credit when your team is standing right behind you? We're used to it. Oh, piss off. I'm going mad surrounded by these self-absorbed twats. I'm just about ready to get violent on some poor bastard. Let's get on with the checkup so we can get back to the bus, yeah? I feel the very same urgency you express. There is much we must cover. Regrettably, given that this is the first ever regular checkup performed as a group since your employment. Faust also does not wish to pass more time without substance. Let us begin. Very well. Our first task shall be to assess your abilities in response to emergency situations. Wait, he just pressed something. Emergency situations? The walls of the laboratory suddenly started separating and sliding into place. When it settled, I realized that it had locked the sinners away in some kind of hold, isolating them from me, Virgilius, and Karen. What the hell? This is just an ambush! Yes, it is. The purpose of this test is to measure your behaviors and response in case of a surprise attack. So ambush it is. Was this discussed beforehand, Virgilius? You look anxious, Dante. Well, I suppose you aren't let in on this either. I wasn't, for your information. Just go with their flow, Dante. So it goes would be an apt response. I'll find a room somewhere where Karen and I might sit down and enjoy some nice tea. Come find me with Faust once this is over. Well, shit. Karen wants cake too. Oh, hey, we've got some leftover cake from our last office party. Come this way, please. An employee appeared and led Virgilius and Karen away into a nearby office room. Okay, so this is the regular checkup, huh? Let's get this done. For the purpose of this evaluation, it is to measure your combat, goddammit. I didn't speak all the way! There we go. This shouldn't be too bad, since it's just, Pekatulum. It's not the one that fucking clones us. Uh-oh. Sorry, Don. That's gonna hurt. Wow. Oh, damn. Oh, nice, boss. Nice. Nice. Ah, okay. Counter. He got staggered. Oh, damn. On the fine line of staggering him. Damn. Heathcliff, you let me down on that one. Right. Nice. That one's dead. See if we could get one of these guys staggered. Yep. There it is. Ah, shit. Boss lost that. And that means Heathcliff loses it. See, Faust was supposed to stagger that guy. Okay. Nice. Damn. Really just not hitting that hard. Should just threw everyone else on that. There. Okay, that'll be good. So we just go, yeah. Why have them clash when Sinclair can just kill them? Right. Should be relatively simple. Oh yeah, definitely with that one. He gone. Nice. Get him done. Hell yeah.
시작한다.
제가 해낸 거
Yep.
맞죠? 기다려.
If you live,
아주
yep,
아름답진
you
않네.
did not live.
승리했어.
Hell yeah. Easy! And this is where Faust comes in. Right.
행동을 개시합니다.
Nice. She's gonna give us
모든
sanity!
결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
I knew that would do a lot of damage. Now you're screwed.
기다려. 아주 아름답진
Yes, he
않네.
is. Or it. Okay.
해보겠습니다.
Nice. Ah, nice. That one's going to be staggered before
제가
Faust
해낸
even
건
hits
맞죠?
him. Oh, those two will.
어떠냐?
Nice. Big number.
모든 결과들은 파우스트가 알아요.
먼저 간다.
승리했어.
Goodbye. Big
좋은
damage.
당연한 결과죠.
Nice. That was pretty damn easy. We went through various tests, including command ability trials using Pekatula and Vidier. Hark, Manager Esquire! Hey ho! I have attained a score most perfect! To be surpassed by Miss Don Quixote in a contest of knowledge, must I delve further in my studies? Well, Yi Sang, you gotta understand, Don is not the old Don. Don Quixote has all the knowledge of her as a blood fiend. She's been around for hundreds of years. Hey, Yi Sang, bud, they were testing our Fixer Association knowledge, huh? Totally. Honestly, she's got more than enough Fixer fixation for the entire bus. Oh, so it was based on Fixers! No shit you would lose! All kinds of general knowledge, trivia quizzes. What's the first thing you focus on when meeting a new person? The look in their eyes? How strong they are? Bloody hell, this ain't easy. Your leadership style is strong, decisive, and goal-oriented. You are, Merso? We were finally allowed a quick break after going through all kinds of mysterious, strange personality tests as well. Next, basic fitness tests for all sinners. We can finally get started with the real meat of this checkup. Wait, then what were all those tests you guys were running on us? They were conducted in order to collect various data that the LCE department has been missing. In other words, we capitalized on this opportunity to fulfill our private curiosities. Still, I'd say it was very productive. We now know a lot about you guys that'll help us support the LCB going forward. All right, we're gonna go over some tests that can be conducted in groups. First, please form a line here. Aha! What, like this? Let's get this over with. Looks like we've got a long day ahead of us. Wow, these are some comfy clothes they've given us. Oh, right. I could totally see myself wearing these to sleep. To sleep? They're LCE property, so you better return them as soon as we're done here. Oh. Gotcha. By the way, could you take a look at my wrist here before we actually get started? I've been feeling a bit sore there, but Dante won't turn the clock for me, you know? Turning off the clock for such trivialities may cause the formation of an unfavorable habit. Perhaps Merso can remedy your pain. I am always prepared to administer necessary aid should you request it. Honestly, you know what? I'm totally fine now. Don't you worry. Oh, dude, he's a fucking Goliath. I was going to say, is Dawn and Sinclair the same? But it's kind of hard to tell because Dawn seems like she's trying to make herself taller. So she might be shorter. Please stand still. If you think I can't see some of your tippy toes, you're very wrong. Heels on the ground, please. She's talking to fucking Dawn. But my heels are on the ground. Bye! And, can you snuff out your cigarettes before the test begins? Two people don't want to do that. Oh, this one isn't lit. It's just there so I can look cool. Aha. And what about... She's smoking it. Bold, but scram. Okay, so the basic group tests are complete. Don't piss her off. Hohenheim, what do you want to say? There seems I have forgotten something important I had to establish prior to beginning the tests in earnest. I need an assistant. Who's gonna be his assistant? An assistant? I need an assistant to help me smooth out the testing procedures. You got two of them already, right behind you if you need directions. Oh, we're not Mr. Hohenheim's assistants. We're specifically assistant researchers. Okay. Yes, of course. There is much that distinguishes these two occupants. I would like for one of you to be my assistant for the duration of this checkup. I wonder who he's gonna pick. Maybe Ishmael? Maybe, it would be hilarious if he picks Dawn. Or Sinclair. That'd be funny too. Raja suddenly raised her hand. Oh! I wasn't planning on asking for volunteers, but now that you've raised your hand, I'll give you the floor. Don't ask me to do it. It's just not my vibes, you know? I'll take a researcher job, though. I'm a big fan of her style. Raja trailed off, greedily caressing the clothes on one of the researchers. What? What are you doing? Oh. I didn't really have you in mind anyway, but duly noted nonetheless. I would also like to refuse your nomination. The position of an assistant to Hohenheim implies that the said assistant is, when it comes to skills, inferior to the person they are assisting. Again, I didn't have you in mind either, but your passionate expression of intent is nonetheless appreciated. I wonder who the hell came up with this brilliant idea of putting two smartasses together to waste time pointing out each other's minor mistakes. If I were to talk about myself, I want to open by saying that I was a class president in school, a diligent model student who assiduously facilitated the tasks of the class president in... What's with everyone getting so anxious to get picked here? Do you fellas actually want to be his assistant? Getting in front and center of things is just bothersome, you know? I kind of felt like I had to apply for the position for some reason. Well, the decision has already been made. Do note that the selection criteria is fully based on my very subjective opinion. You there, orange-haired sinner. I said Ishmael would probably be a good one. Ishmael almost threw me to the ground as she confidently strode up to the front of the line. Oof. Greetings, Mr. Hohenheim. As you must be aware, if you've taken a look at my documents, I've rarely let anyone down during my various tenures at offices and associations. You'll have nothing to worry as long as I'm by your side. Also, can I add this experience to my resume if I ever get the chance to submit a transfer request to work at the headquarters? Didn't know you were still holding on to that hope. I called on you to ask you to move because you were standing in front of the center I chose. Ah! Oh, shit! What a... Oh, my... Poor Ishmael. Oh, my God. This is going to destroy her. Hohenheim, you bastard. No! Even the music stopped! Poor Ishmael. If I was Dante, I'd walk up to her and give her a pat on the back, like, it's alright. It's alright. Everyone turned around to look at Heathcliff, who was absent-mindedly scratching at the bridge of his nose. Huh? Me? Huh? Me? It seemed that Ishmael was even more shocked than Heathcliff was. Wait, but why? I'm right here. Why would you pick someone like... It is a common misconception among many researchers to assume that the higher their level of education and the more elaborate their resume, the better candidate one makes for a research project participant. But that's just common sense, isn't it? At least when it comes to research. However, were you aware that most great discoveries are made from a potent mix of spontaneity and intuition? A perfect descriptor for our friend here, I would say. What say you, Heathcliff? I believe that this aggressive and passionate approach of yours gives you more than sufficient qualification to command and lead them in my stead. Is that right? He replied, scratching his head. Be honest now, Yi Sang. You were kinda looking forward to being picked, weren't ya? It is but fate that things that were once good in the eyes of the mainstream are to be made less desirable with the passage of time. And when one does indeed fall out of favor, the intelligentsia of the bygone days must rightfully excuse themselves to the realm of memories and past. Yi Sang replied with a particularly downcast look. Aw. I'm glad to have you on board as my new assistant. Rightio. So, what have I got to do now? Nothing too complicated. You only need to liberally express your free spirit just as you are now. Aha! Now I see what he's doing. Hohenheim sure knows which one of the group to coax to make things go over smoothly. Martin whispered quietly at me in a voice that only I could hear. That is very true! If he doesn't want things to go south, probably get Heathcliff under control. Heathcliff seemed eager too, as Hohenheim had suggested, express his free spirit to the best of his capabilities. Right, you there! Get in line, single file, lads! Let's make this easy for all of us! But aren't you also participating in the test with the rest of us, Heathcliff? Yeah, but I'm the assistant. Since when do you wear glasses? perfect. The nerd voice for Hohenheim is perfect because they're all doing the fucking the press the finger against the glasses thing. Nerds! Oh god. Oh. Glasses are basic apparatuses of all researchers. Look, slightly pushing up on the glasses helps to put on the air of the studious. Learn, individual, like so. Just like slightly pushing up the frames of my glasses while wondering what to have for lunch makes it seem as though I am contemplating on the more profound aspects of life. Oi! Let's not make this any harder than it's gotta be, lass. Snuff out that cig in your mouth. Uh-oh! I didn't even notice she was pissed. Been a while since I heard a pig squeal. Blimey, can't you just do as I say for once? Huh. He's actually pretty effective. It seems that we are now ready to conduct the tests, finally. The primary purpose of this test is to see, on a physical level, how your current abilities scale compared to yourselves before your hiring. Oh, okay. I see. So they're trying to see how much they've progressed since they've joined the company? I had a feeling this would happen, but the mere mention of the words progression caused a rather loud ruckus among the sinners. If I were to speak for myself, executive manager, I could confidently say that the thought of progressing as a person and in all aspects of life is ingrained into my very being. Yes, it is, Otis. Yes, it is. Thus, as a fruit of those efforts, I have grown to be much more precise and scathing in my critique of others' mistakes. Is that progress, though? Music just changed. Perhaps I have learned to let certain thoughts rest in favor of others. I once allowed myself to be trapped in overlong reminiscence on worries of all manners, idly abiding as I was consumed by my very thoughts. Now, I have come to accept certain things as they are. Oh. And I've come to sometimes allow my mind to form bereft of rigorous reason, floating away gently as though on a rolling stream. Is that not quite pleasant? Okay, I guess that is progression of sorts. I'm pretty sure I'm less of a picky eater than I used to be. My grip strength is much stronger too. Oh? Look, I think I'm getting calluses on my palms. Well, you don't really have to try and prove it to us. Because the enemies we're fighting have been getting stronger too. That's an undeniable truth. We did experience a pretty spectacular year, you know. A brutal year, yet so potent and significant. True. I guess growth really does come with time, huh? Right? I feel like the bonds between us got a lot deeper. We've all grown closer, you know? Like glue. Like glue, huh? I like it. A certain misunderstanding seems to be brewing in tandem with this uplifting exchange of heart-to-hearts. Allow me to step in and nip it in the bud. Let me give it to you straight. All of your abilities were diminished the moment you were hired by this company. Equally defanged and depowered, if you will. Equally defanged? In other words, all of your abilities have been brought down to the... yes, to the same general level as our 11th sinner here. Why am I your point of reference? If this is what you meant earlier by growing closer like glue, then I suppose it was quite the apt choice of words. Oi, take that back. I take it back. God damn it, Heath. Nuts. So you're not really that much stronger than I am, huh? Oh! Wow, Sync. Is that the sound of your sense of self-preservation shattering into the ether? That's it, you bloody cunt! Excuse me, I need to know why that happened. Was he about to... call her the C word? That's what I think. Did we all get depowered because of the golden bow? Wait, does this have anything to do with those chains that appeared when we first entered the contract with Dante? Indeed. One of the powers of the golden bow is connection. You are now all fairly, evenly, and equally mediocre. Ouch. Ouch. Sinclair, don't kill him. Hohenheim's comment and the subsequent stare seemed a bit targeted. It did. Think of it as something akin to Clyfok deterrence employed by the Lobotomy Corporation. So the truth is finally revealed. This is why I, Otis, grew so pathetically weak the moment I joined the company. You know, can we keep the strength comments down a little bit? Because it kinda is pointed at the moment. And it explains a lot, because since Sinclair is the youngest out of all of them, he would be the weakest. Art thou implying that thou hast always known? Of course! Had I been in my prime, I could have wiped the floor with you miserable doormats in a matter of seconds. I don't really think you should be saying that toward Don Quixote, knowing that she is indeed a second kindred blood fiend, but You wipe floors with doormats? You know, I didn't even think about that. That would make your floors incredibly dirty. Man, we're also prone to saying whatever once the burden of proof is gone, huh? So that's why my murderous arm's been quiet ever since they hired me. It didn't really have anything to do with my heart after all. So that makes a lot of sense, because remember, that thing ran wild and almost killed that chick, and probably killed a few officers, if we remember it. Gregor. Oi! What's the use of all this chatter? What matters is that we've all been brought down to the level of the lad. But I got calluses on my palms. Sinclair, my boy. Yeah, I don't... it could be you gripping your weapon a little too hard. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Yet, not all the Golden Bow's effects must have been of detriment to us. Yi Sang started, carefully attempting to navigate through a conversation that appeared to be turning into a tinderbox. Was it not the advantages granted to us by the Golden Bow impaled in the pallid whale of the Great Lake by which we triumphed? What? Really? Correct. Had the pallid whale been at its full strength, it is highly likely that we would still have been trapped inside its stomach, struggling to survive. Also, it can also be said that the diminishing effect was not applied in equal measure across all affected subjects. That makes sense, I guess. I never could have knocked Heath out with one punch if I was only as strong as Sink. It's a real handy trick, you know. I forgot about that. She gave him one hell of a wallop. Additionally, certain individual quirks cannot be suppressed by the golden bow. Certain quirks that one may consider to be an individual's idiosyncrasies. Oh, so that explains Roshu's impressive blade work with Mr. Bumble back at T-Corp Factory. Heh, won't waste my breath boasting. You never do anyway. Well, if your strengths have indeed progressed since the onboarding, then the average must have risen as well. One of the purposes of these tests is to measure that very difference. So, what exactly goes into these tests? I know there's a district that uses a machine that can analyze most aspects of the subject with a quick scan, so is it going to be something like that? There are dozens, if not hundreds of ways to determine one's abilities without the assistance of machinery. In fact, I know a perfectly appropriate methodology for this group. A perfectly appropriate methodology? We spent some time out of our busy schedules to tailor each test for each center of the LCB. That was pretty tough, I'll have you guys know. Tailored tests for each center, huh? I don't like the sound of that if you ask me. We will utilize the Pekatula and the distortion phenomenon. Huh, that doesn't sound much like some super innovative method you were building up to. What a letdown. Right? Honestly, with all their talk, I thought they'd come up with something more impressive than that. Guys, I would not taunt them. If you taunt them, it's gonna be worse. Assistant? Alright, that's enough chatter. Now get in there! Why in the fuck would you taunt them? That's not that impressive. I expected more. God damn it. Damn it. Let's see. First one on the blocks. Heathcliff had already begun flipping through the papers in his hands. What an unfamiliar sight. Right, you and you there, inside now! Heathcliff, the assistant, pointed toward Hong Lu and Sinclair.
Hello, 1, 2, testing, am I coming through? As you must be well aware, by now the Pekatula are entities that have failed to even distort.
It seems like we'll be fighting the Pekatula again. Oh, right. I have a question. It's something that's been nagging at me the whole time since I arrived. Aren't these tests basically just us killing people for no reason? They're all safely contained, which means that they don't pose any danger to anyone.
Why is he being such a bleeding heart all of a sudden? Oi, we've been slaughtering countless scores of these sods, so what's the holdup now?
Yeah, but we didn't have any choice back then because we were on a mission and... Do you believe that taking a life to live is unlike taking a life for the sake of it? I do. I understand. It seems that human memory is, after all, made to be finite. Save for few exceptional individuals, people are prone to misplacing memories even from yesterday. So who are they, Dante? Who do you believe they are? This group you lead. Given the expected communication difficulties between us, allow me to make a multiple choice question. 1. Family. 2. Friends. 3. Colleagues. Where's 4? Where is 4? All of the above. I guess they're closest to colleagues?
Dante says 3 colleagues.
Hong Lu was practically squished against the containment unit window, holding up 3 of his fingers. He must have heard us talking. I don't... Incorrect. It's none of the above. Actually, it's number 4, all of the above. You got it wrong, Hohenheim. The truth is that they are sinners, not family, not friends, not colleagues, prisoners. I know. But the knowledge of something and the acceptance of it must be distinguished. I learned that people are prone to forgetting their places when the going gets easy, when life becomes comfortable enough for them to consider the luxury of timely meals to be a certainty. Thus, I find these reminders to be quite useful. These sinners bound to Limbus Company are still fettered by their chains and shackles. Naturally, they have no access to such a thing as the right to refuse. Or would it be easier for you to accept that fact if I were to suggest that you consider this but a mere extension of your responsibilities? Motherfucker, they are all of the above. Don't tempt me. I know they're sinners, but you can't talk to them like... Foss stepped in. Translations are unnecessary. I think I get the picture of what was said, given the atmosphere of this room. Dante, when you agreed to the contract, you must have made a deal of sorts to gain something to your benefit. Am I correct? Your memories, your head, and your past. There must be so much that you would like to know, and perhaps your desire to get them back is what stops you from simply quitting. What I mean to say with this little demonstration is that no one in this room has the right to grumble or refuse. Faust, is he usually... Yes, this is his usual demeanor. Hello, I know I'm not one to talk, but you don't exactly have a lot of friends, do you? Those who rise above their peers tend to attract a certain degree of hostility from others. Now, shall we begin? We are severely behind schedule. While the combatants do what they do, please pay attention to the following presentation about the Pekatula projected onto this glass panel. This lecture has been prepared with the assumption that its students have an average level of knowledge. So, if you consider this presentation to be boring or too difficult to understand, then you may consider your knowledge level to be below average. All this material seems quite elementary to me. Not sure what's so difficult about this. Heathcliff, you're sweating. Yeah, save that for when the lecture actually starts. As you must already know, there are several categories of Pekatula, and as far as I am aware, the highest stage of Pekatula you observed was in stage 3. So far, at least. Wherefore didst thou utter the little muttering of "so far, at least" at the end of thine words, good sir? sharp? Well, it's simple. We researchers have a habit of avoiding absolutions in all things. Never say never, or so they say. So, you're not ruling out the possibility that we might run into Pekatula beyond stage 3, huh? Indeed, we prefer not to put down such arbitrary limitations. Anyway, the first type of many Pekatula to be covered today is Pekatula Irai, Red Pekatulum of Wrath. The nature of fire is to burn and burn until there is nothing left to be burned. I see, they're quite literally burning with rage. Now that I think back on it, didn't you express something like that before, Sinclair? I remember you screaming so fiercely that you could hardly control your own body. On the other hand, I don't think I've ever seen you get angry or upset, Honglu. Aha, that's... because the realization of meaninglessness extinguishes the reason for the spark to start a fire. So, okay. This is interesting, because this is rage, right? That just means that Hong Lu has been putting on a facade. Oh, I love it! Oh, I see now. No matter how much Heathcliff or Miss Otis bully me, expressing my anger at that is meaningless at the end of the day. Okay, I did enjoy it a little when I had to accidentally step on Heathcliff's toes, but... Uh-oh! He heard that! What exactly is the takeaway supposed to be here? Yes, that's exactly how it is. So, is Heathcliff gonna lash out against my boy Sinclair? Let's get it!
해보겠습니다.
Come on, Honglu! Oh, hell yeah. I think we'll end up killing one of them soon.
제가 해낸 거
Oh
맞죠?
yeah, he did.
해냈어요.
You guys are giving us nothing but sanity!
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Wait, what is that? What is that symbol? I don't know what that symbol is right there. I'm gonna check it out. I ignored that, and I might have ignored something like that in the last fight.
야,
Nice.
해보기는
Alright.
할게요. 늘 새롭다니까요.
Nice.
제가 해낸 거 맞죠?
Goodbye!
해냈어요.
Alright. Boiling Wrath. Every turn start. Gain burn equal to turn count. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Alright.
해보겠습니다.
Nice! Nice. Hell yeah.
야, 타.
Oh. Yeah, these guys are screwed. Alright. Yeah, that's good.
해보기는 할게요.
I'll make sure he
안
dies.
되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Nice.
야, 타.
Oh, you don't get to counter.
늘
Hell
새롭다니까요.
yeah, that one's gone.
해보겠습니다.
Nice, staggered. My boy Sinclair and Hong Lu whooping some ass.
늘 새롭다니까요.
Oh, it's you.
수비는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Nice. Nice. Okay, there's the counter. Oh, wait, counter? What? What? What the fuck was that? Fuck. That was not supposed to happen.
해보겠습니다.
Counter. Shit. Shit. Damn it. Am I supposed to, like, dodge everything on that turn? Because he just fucking kills us right there. Because that's not a clashable counter. Because if it
그럴 수 있는 거
was, I would have been
아니겠어요?
clashing against
기운
it.
내자고요.
I'll figure it out.
해보겠습니다.
Oh, shit. Nah, maybe not. Well, shit. Alright, well, with that.
환상의 세계로 들어가 보죠.
Too bad that wasn't. We can't stagger. God damn it. Why you gotta keep hitting 12? I guess it doesn't matter, but still. Jesus Christ. Now. Oh God, am I seriously gonna be forced to do this on such a basic bitch enemy? Well, it's not basic, but it's just... Listen. Alright, guys. I'm caving for now. I'm caving for now. I hate this. I don't want to do this. But I'm going to have to cave because I have my sinners at level 55 right there. And I still can't pass this. I get maybe 2 rounds into that last guy and they all die. That counter is so unbelievably strong against them because Sinclair is fatal to Pierce. That is a Pierce. Hong Lu is normal to Pierce. That's Pierce. And I can't, for the love of God, get there before 6 turns. If I could get there at 5, it'd be okay. But 6 fucking turns, I can't get there. So I'm going to try just Sinclair as the one who shall grip. And I understand, he's strong as fuck. But I don't want to do this. But I'm also not going to take a fucking month to beat these guys. I've spent 4 hours on this. So, yeah. We're going to just see how this goes. And if it's the same results, then I'm just going to go back to the LCB Center. God, I hate this. Why? If I had all of them or even 1 extra center, I could do this.
불로 청화
Well, we're about to find out.
불길 속으로 그 오물을
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What?
그 오물을
The what?
야! 타!
Yeah. This
해보기는
is so
할게요.
fucking
늘
ridiculous.
새롭다니까요. 다 죽어라.
because I don't have any other identities for Sinclair that are leveled up.
해보기는
I
할게요. 안
have
되면
to
어쩔 수
see
없지만요.
how this goes, right?
좋아. 해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요.
Oh shit. I'm low! Damn.
늘 새롭다니까요.
불길 속으로
Okay. What turn is it? I don't even know. Oh my god.
그 몸을 다 죽어라.
It's still turn 6? I didn't.
불길 속으로 다 죽어라.
Are you serious?
해보기는 할게요. 안 되면 어쩔 수 없지만요. 야!
Still good damage on that. Maybe not. Just because he didn't get staggered. Oh my god. Oh my. No wonder you guys have such an easy fucking time with this. Like, what
불길
the?
속으로
What the hell? I don't even know if I want to fucking kill him. Oh, it's so cheaty. At least for me, it feels so cheaty. Listen, if you guys are gonna give me a pass for something, please give me a pass on this. Because I have made it pretty far with base identities. If you guys could please just kind of turn a blind eye to this. Like, honestly, I don't understand why this one is a problem.
손으로 잘라낼 수 있다면
Dulcinea, like, at least with her, there was progression, right? There was no progression with this shit. Oh my god, he's got 1 HP.
다 죽어라.
Fuck it. That's not a victory. That's not a victory. I'm ending the video after this one. I'm too ashamed of this. I'm too ashamed.
그녀에게도 인정받겠어.
79% contribute. You all decide whether you guys want to give me a pass for that or not. I probably showed you all some footage of how easily I was being taken out. You all make the decision. But with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I don't feel good about that. I really don't. But we're gonna go ahead and move over to the 10 times extraction real quick, and then I'm just ending the video. I need to make sure I can get this out to you guys. But with that, yeah, let's do that. Honglu, I still haven't gotten you, so I'm gonna try again. Let's do this. Okay, no gold yet. No. And all right. And with that, everyone, that is going to conclude this video. So I really hope you all did enjoy it. If you did, go let me know by hitting that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you want to become part of that pack, go and hit that sub button, notification bell to know when a new video goes up. Also, don't forget to leave me a comment down below because all comments are well appreciated. And with that, everyone, I'm DemoonicWolf, and I'll see you all in the next video that I make because I am